Hey everyone. So let's talk about the next stage of inner child, and that is the womb stage. One of the most crucial, significant, and also kind of um, dangerously ignorant part of a child's growth is when the child is in the womb. So in the previous videos I've already explained why we choose parents and then what happens, how the soul comes down, what is inner child, and now let's understand the womb stage. Now most of you will agree that when a woman is pregnant, their eating habits, their sleeping habits, and all of that changes. And of course, it is due to hormonal changes at a physical level, but at a metaphysical level, it is also because a new soul has come. And now, the mother at a physical level is going through a lot of changes, and so is the child. On a daily basis, and hour to hour, the baby is getting developed inside the mother's womb, and the mother is going through certain changes that she may not be really aware of. Here the concern is not really the mother but the baby. So let's talk about the baby. Now, if we understand the mind, we must understand that our subconscious mind develops at certain stages of life and also comes with its own programming, and we don't have access to it. The subconscious mind does not have a sense of right and wrong. It doesn't have a sense of polarity, so it cannot understand good from bad. It cannot understand right from wrong. It just is like a sponge. Just imagine it is like a fresh sponge, just absorbing everything without any filter. So even though the baby doesn't really have a body, but the mind and the soul are actually descending. And at this stage, in fact, till the age 7, it is the subconscious mind of the child that is activated. The mind of the child doesn't have the capacity to logically understand anything as such, especially till age 5. Then from 5 to 7, things start to change. Now, when the baby is growing in the womb, even though there is no body as such yet, it's just a concentrate of cells, just multiplying and slowly developing into a body. But the child has the mind, and the mind is right now at the subconscious level, which means it is absorbing everything as it is. And then once the conscious mind kicks in, let's say at age 5 onwards and slowly developing, then the child will start to be able to decode these things. Now, the good or the bad thing about the subconscious mind is that it cannot delete anything. So everything that goes into it, it remains till one day the child will be able to pull these things out or get triggered, and these memories will come out of the subconscious mind. And now with the conscious mind and the previous programming and whatever the child has absorbed during the growing stages, now the person, the child, the adult, whichever stage of life they have reached, when they have got these triggers, they start decoding those things. So at the womb stage, it is very, very important that we keep in mind that whatever we are eating, whatever we are thinking, basically whatever we are feeding our energy system at all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, casually, randomly, in whichever way we are doing that, our child is actually absorbing all of that. Now the difficult part of this stage is that most mothers go through a tough time. They have already come from their home to a new home. It doesn't matter, they know the person from before, or it's just someone they have just got to know 3 months ago and they are getting married. They are coming and adjusting into a new environment. They are trying to understand a new person. There are insecurities, and then there is a little bit of fear associated with pregnancy. And the fear is there are some emotional fears without any really valid reason, like those insecurities: what is going to happen to my body, how will I handle this, the responsibility of a child, what would my life look like after I have the child, what would be my relationship with my spouse after the child has come. and all of those things. And then of course the discomfort of, you know, another life growing inside of you, watching yourself grow into a different person, having all those mood swings and those hormonal changes, and a lot of complications that the woman goes through. So all that together can cause the person to actually fear pregnancy, fear having a child, being unsure and uncertain whether do I really want to have this child now, should I have waited. You know, then now we have added other stuff recently, last decade and a half, that women are very career oriented, they want to do well, they are ambitious, they go out, they work, the stress of the work. So all of that added together, the child is like a sponge receiving all of that one after the other. Now all of this affects the child, and unfortunately or fortunately, even the intimacy between parents, especially when it is an intercourse and the penetration happens, can actually violate the space of the child. Understand, the soul is new to this physical reality, doesn't know the ways of the body, doesn't know the emotions as of now, and it has come thinking this is my safe place, this is my space, the womb. And then there is some kind of interference. There's, for the child, it's some kind of an invasion to its peaceful place, to its safe place. And especially sometimes when the parents are rough and let's say the husband is a little more aggressive in his sexual behavior, it can really affect the child's psychology. If the mother goes through periods of emotional disturbance, feeling unsafe, if there has been a death in the family, some turbulence in the family, if there has been physical health issues, everything is observed. But more than anything else, the emotional and mental processing of what is going on in life by the mother and the environment is absorbed by the child. There has been many cases. Out of those many cases I have done, almost every other case, and I would say almost every case has been such that the child has felt rejected and dejected. And there can be really fleeting emotions. I'm not saying the intention of the mother or someone in the family is wrong, or the father is, you know, upset because he's having a child, or doesn't want to be taking the responsibility of a family. None of this is intentional 90% of the times. But please understand, the baby in the womb does not understand intention yet. It's just receiving raw thoughts, raw intentions, raw emotions, raw situations, and it is just absorbing everything without being able to understand the context and the logic behind it. So it is extremely important that we take care of the child at different stages of its development. And the most important part, because there is no conscious mind to understand what can be the reason behind this, and why is my mom feeling this, or why is my grandmother talking something like that. It can hear everything. It's not hearing, it's just absorbing, right? It's absorbing everything. It can really connect to the energy and understand who is happy, who is not happy in the environment. As young as just the soul being 1 week into the womb, we have had people who have had memories of it. People have the memory of even before coming to the womb, you know, the soul, at the soul level. People have the memory of birth, what happens, how did the examination of the doctor go, how uncomfortable my mom was there. So you need to understand, this is not something I'm talking, it's coming from experience of working with 13,000 people. So it is extremely important. If we have gone through those hiccups during the pregnancy, and if we can speak to our children at this moment and first process what emotion did I go through, and then we need to sit down with our children and understand their pain if they are having some issues, and explain to them what happened to us. So stay with this information till I will be discussing about the birth process, what can cause certain different type of birth, and let's say breech, or you know, C-section and all of that. And then hopefully we will also do a process. Have a blessed day.